Hi everyone and welcome back to the Kinsley channel. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my very best top tips for running a successful small business. For anybody that's new here, my name's Jessie and I run my small business Kinsley. I've been doing it for about 2.5 years now and I primarily sell little handmade figures that I make out of polymer clay. By no means am I saying that I'm now like a massive crazy six-figure business or anything like that, but these are tips that I have done personally and that really help me to grow my business and to encourage more sales. So let's just jump straight into the video and get on with the top tips.
So these are in no particular order, but the first one that I've got written down is to start on Etsy. I know a lot of people hate it and a lot of people love it, but personally I think it's really good, especially for when you're first starting out. A lot of people don't like it because of the fees that you have to pay, which when you look at it as a whole, it is a lot of money. But when you're first starting out, I really think it's worth it because it gives you that exposure that you wouldn't have if you were just starting on your own website. Etsy's really good at marketing. I've found you can pay for ads. There's so many different tools that you can use, and I found for me it was really helpful at getting my business out there. And pretty soon I do want to start up my own website. I've been on Etsy for quite a while now, and I feel like I've built it enough through that to be able to start my own website. So I would definitely say start on Etsy. My next tip is to offer free delivery. Now, like I said, so far I've only sold online through Etsy, but I've found that offering free delivery will really amp up your sales. Especially on Etsy, where any listings that offer free delivery have a little green bar underneath them that say free delivery, and that kind of makes them stand out too. I've learned that you kind of have to consider what you look for when you're purchasing something, and for me personally, if something has free delivery and it's a bit more expensive than something that doesn't have free delivery, I will still go for the free delivery one. I don't know why, I think it's just a thing that everybody does. So if you can, just up your prices a little bit and then cover the delivery cost in your actual prices and offer free delivery. Another really good one is to encourage 5-star reviews. Reviews are so important as a small business. It shows customers that you're professional and trustworthy. To encourage more people to leave reviews when I was starting, I added in a little card with each order that said if they left a 5-star review, I would give them 15% off the next order. This honestly worked so well, and I would recommend anybody that's starting out to do this, because not only did it make people want to leave that review, which obviously looks really good on my business and gets me more customers, but they've got that 15% off, so they will often come back and buy again because they've got some money off, and then you've got a returning customer, and loyal customers are so important as well, so anytime you can get them, that's perfect. While we're on the topic of loyal customers, you also want to make sure that you have really good customer service. So that includes being quick to reply to people that have any questions or anything like that, and genuinely just being really helpful with whatever a customer needs. You know, sometimes products can get damaged during shipping, which is really annoying, but knowing how you're going to deal with that and how you're going to make that right for that customer is really important to know. Because at the end of the day, you're a massive part of your small business, you know, you're representing that, so you need to be like as helpful as you can be. Making sure you have a niche is also a really good one. If your shop looks kind of disorganized, you know, you've got completely different products that kind of have nothing to do with each other, they're all of different like materials, different art styles, whatever, it can just look quite confusing. So I find that having a specific kind of niche and having all your products like make sense and tell a story kind of really helps with making you look really professional and put together. So for Kinsley, my personal thing is like really cute little animals and figures made out of polymer clay. That's what I would say my niche is. I also do crochet flowers and little bits like that, but my main thing is a really cutesy art style with polymer clay. So if you can find what you want to base your business on, not only does that make you look more professional, but it also can help you come up with new product ideas because you know what kind of products that you need to make your shop look cohesive. Obviously, having quick delivery is a really important one. It will always look better on your shop and it'll probably help you get some good reviews too. To get my delivery as quick as I can, I will make sure that I'm stocked up on products, especially the ones that I know are my best sellers. So if you can figure out what is selling more than the rest, just make sure that you have quite a lot of stock of that all the time so that you can just get them packed and get them out the door rather than having to make them. Especially if you are selling on Etsy, I would say that running sales quite a lot is a really good one. It's really easy to set up a sale on Etsy, and as well, people can put a filter on the search for items that are on sale only. So if people are searching like that, obviously your stuff's going to come up. And also, people are always obviously just wanting a bargain. So if they can see that the price has been knocked down, that always looks good. Another really good tip, if you can do it, is to mix online sales with in-person sales. So I do at least one craft market every single month, and whenever I can, I will do more. So I usually have loads in summer and loads around Christmas time. This is great because people go to craft fairs wanting to spend money on small businesses and to buy little handmade things and stuff like that. So not only will you probably get quite a lot of sales, in one day, but it's really good for marketing yourself too and getting your business out there. You can have your business cards out and hand it out to whoever buys from you. And it's really fun to actually be there, talking to customers rather than it all being online. And those people will probably end up following you, and it's just getting more traction to your social media and your shop. I could go into depth and probably do a whole separate video about selling at craft fairs and markets and stuff like that and all those tips, because obviously it's very different to selling online. But the main tip that I would say is to just make sure your table looks really nice. Just try loads of different setup ideas. Make sure that you have height to your table and your products are set out in a really nice, attractive way so that people will be invited, to come over and look. And it also looks so professional when you have a really clean and well thought out setup. Back to online sales though, you want to make sure that you do have a good amount of products. I know I said that you need to make sure you have a niche, so everything should be within that niche. But obviously the more products you have, the more chances you have of somebody seeing it and buying it. And once you get a few sales on something, it will usually pick up traction and it will be seen by more and more people. And then obviously those people will come and check out your whole shop. So just making sure that you try and make as many products as you can without ruining the quality or sacrificing the quality, I know a lot of people that have small businesses don't really like using social media too much because it is hard, but try and be on as much social media as you can. Have an Instagram, have a Facebook, have a YouTube, have a TikTok, whatever you can do it. Honestly, there has been so many times where a customer has found me through a TikTok. One of my main returning customers found me through a silly little TikTok video that I did once. So I'm so glad that I started those accounts. Not only is it good for bringing in sales, if somebody's just scrolling on TikTok and they come across one of your videos and they really love your product and they just go straight and buy it, which is amazing. But also people just like to see that you are active on social media. I know I do if I'm buying from a small business. If they've got a TikTok, I'll go and follow them because I've bought from them and I love their products. So I like to see what they're doing. I like to see how the stuff's made. I like to see the process. So a lot of people just like that kind of content for entertainment. But then you're getting more likes, which shows your videos and your products to more people and potential customers. So it's just a really good way of marketing yourself really for free. So if you can get good at social media, that's definitely something to try. Try and be consistent with posting and uploading. This goes for both your Etsy shop or your website and your social media, because obviously the more you post on social media, the more traction you're going to get. That's just how social media works. But with your shop as well, especially if you're selling on Etsy, they like to see that you're active and that you're still uploading products and improving your shop and stuff like that. So even if you're just editing a product, adding different photos, it can all help and show the algorithm that you're still active, and that will boost your reach and your engagement. My favourite tip and one of my favourite parts of running a small business is having good packaging. You want your customers to feel special, and it's exciting receiving a parcel. I think everybody loves that, especially when you're buying from a small business. So making sure that your packaging reflects your business and is really fun for the customer to open is a really good way of providing a really good experience for them. I'm not talking about anything crazy, I just mean you should think about the packaging itself. Like for me, I have pink bubble mailers, and in them I always put a free sticker. I design little cards for all of my lucky dips and I put them in with it. If I use any shredded paper, it's always pink. And I've actually just designed and ordered some new like thank you cards that have all of my information on it, and it's got a little space for me to write their name on. So I like when things are personalised like that. I think it makes you feel special, and it's just a really fun way to thank the customer. And personally, I just love packaging, so it's something I like to put a lot of thought into. Something else that I would recommend is investing back into your business. There's always going to be things that you could use that's going to be better for your products and your business overall. Like for a long time when I first started, I was just printing shipping labels out of my regular printer, cutting them out and then sticking them down with sellotape, which took forever. And I did that for a while until I decided I was going to invest in a label machine. And I'm so glad that I did, because it makes packing orders so much quicker. In the beginning, I didn't have a pasta machine either, so it took me forever to knead clay and stuff to mix the colours together. And then when I did get a pasta machine, I was so happy because it took me seconds to do that instead of how long it was taking me before. So you don't need anything fancy, you don't need a lot of equipment to start, but when you can, I would definitely say invest in products that are going to make your life easier, because it gives you more time to work on other things and to better your product. Another good tip is to pay attention to what is selling most and use that to your advantage. So I remember my first ever sale was of a Lucky Dip Ghost. So because I was getting sales on those, I decided to make something else quite similar. And that's why I started doing a lot of Lucky Dips, which is, one of the main things that I do now. I think the next one that I made was the Octopus, and they really took off. They're still one of our best sellers. So leaning into what you've found is doing well and creating products based on those that are similar is an amazing strategy, because you know that people are wanting those things and people are liking them, which obviously then gives you a better chance at selling those products. That then brings me around to my last tip, which is to think about the shops that you buy from. Think about what makes them good, what makes them unique, what makes you trust them, and implement those things into your business. Like I said earlier, I love packaging. I love small businesses that do that. So that was something that I definitely wanted to lean into. Offering free delivery, being good at customer service, having social media, most of the things that I've mentioned are stuff that other shops are doing that I like personally. So I wanted to do those things too, because I know that it looks good on business because it comes from the businesses that I buy from. And there you go, that is all of my top tips for starting a successful small business. They're all things that I do, that I've done, and I know that they do work. So try them out, keep going with them, keep going with your small business, keep trying to grow it, and let me know if you try any of these things and how they work out for you. Let me know if there's any more videos that you want to see. I mentioned a video about selling at markets and tips for that. If there's anything at all that you want to see, just let me know in the comments. Make sure to follow us on our social media, check out the Etsy shop, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.